Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Momma Jo's Kitchen. Believe it or not, this would be take number 3. And the reason I say that, this is my 3rd attempt of getting this dessert out to you guys. It's been one thing after another. The first time I set all my ingredients out to start on this, and I realized one of the ingredients I needed I had used up in a different recipe. So I ran to the store, got everything I needed. I came back, but then I ended up doing a different video because I was pressed for time. And we were invited to a friend's house for Christmas dinner. So I was not able to get that up to you. Okay, so I had everything I needed. Yesterday, after I did the French-Canadian meat pie and got that video uploaded, I was going to put out another video making this dessert. So I set all my ingredients out, even got the video started, and then guess what? When I got to the star of the show, one of the main ingredients, I had pulled it out of my freezer and realized that I started to open it and realized that it was frozen and I needed to have it thawed. In order to thaw it, you have to set it out for room temperature for at least 3 hours, or you have to put it in a refrigerator overnight. So that really was upsetting to me, and I should have known that, but I hadn't made this one in quite some time. I tell you, this is a really good one. It's called Orange Pistachio Baklava. And I've made it a number of times over the years, but my children, who are all grown and married and no longer at home, were still young when I made this recipe. So, hopefully today is going to be a much better day. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Let's talk about some stuff that we need. You need a 13 by 9 by 2 inch pan that I've already sprayed really well. This is a non-stick. I don't think that matters as long as you have it sprayed. So you want to set this aside. We don't need it quite yet. Okay. And I've already got it mixed up here in a bowl, but you also need butter flavor. Crisco, it doesn't have to be Crisco. Just go out and get yourself some butter flavored non-stick spray. Because this you will spray over our, let me see if I'm saying it correctly. I don't know if it's phyllo or phyllo dough. So that's what I had up in the freezer section. If you've ever worked with it, it's very paper thin. It's very delicate. And because it wasn't thawed, and I opened it out of the package, I went to unroll it, and it cracked over here. But I have 2 rolls, and I think I can still make it work anyway. What I might do is I'll show you how I'm going to plan on patching that up. So don't do like I do. Make sure you don't want your phyllo dough to get dried out. That's really important. So if it's open and you have sheets laying out, you can always take a wet paper towel. Make sure it's not too wet. Make sure it's damp, and you can always cover your phyllo dough with that, or maybe a tea towel, something like that, and put it over top of it while you're working on it. So you need your butter flavored spray, because that's what we'll spray on these sheets. Okay, you need 1 1/4 cups of chopped pistachios. And you don't want it big pieces, but you don't want it to be like meal at the same time, just smaller pieces. You need 3/4 cup of wheat saltine cracker crumbs, so that's about 20 crackers. So what I did is I put them in my mini food processor, and I did process it down finely into crumbs. And you'll need 1/3 cup of sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And I've already did this step up the other day and put them in the bowl and just stirred everything, the cinnamon and the sugar and everything together. So you'll see. Okay. Of course, you're going to need 12 sheets of frozen phyllo pastry thawed. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of margarine melted. And I had already melted this in the microwave, but I didn't use it, like I said yesterday, because I wasn't able to finish the video. This will need it towards the end, so I'm not going to melt this just yet. You're going to need 3/4 cup of honey. You're going to need 1/2 cup of frozen orange juice. I think I have that in the fridge here. Let's see. Yep. But what I did, I just want to show y'all, I went to the freezer section, and this is great value, and I got the pulp-free orange juice, the frozen concentrate, and I stuck it down in the refrigerator. That's my cat's back here playing. There's Bootsy. Usually you don't get to see him, and that's our rambunctious kitten, Loki. They're playing. It sounds like they're fighting, but they're playing. So this frozen orange juice, let it thaw in the refrigerator. And you're going to need 1/2 cup, okay? And then you'll need 1/3 cup of water. You'll need an additional, because there's cinnamon over here in with your pistachios. That over there has 1/2 teaspoon, but you're going to need another 1 teaspoon, okay? And then you're going to need 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. And that's all the ingredients that you're going to need. So, you want a small saucepan, because after we get our phyllo sheets and everything put together, it does bake for a short amount of time. And then when it comes out, we will be boiling the honey and things together, and then we're going to pour that over our dessert. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put you all on pause for a second just to get my orange juice, this one, put back in, get my other one brought out, and get my phyllo dough out, and get my surfaces and everything ready. And this is optional. I'm happen to work here because this is the best area for me to work for you all. I've tried moving you all around to many different places, and it seems like the stove, if I put you up high, that's the only place I really know to put you. I think using the silicone mat, because it's got measurements on it, and your phyllo dough is kind of in a rectangular shape, and I'll show you how we have to what we have to do with that. So we'll be right back. Okay, after getting this sheet out to check the measurements, it says it's a 9 by 14 sheet. So according to the measurement on here, it's 9 by 14. So our pan here, as you know, is a 9 by 13. And from what I can read with these directions, there was one part that's confusing. It says to fold the phyllo sheet in half crosswise, which to me that would be folding it this way. We're supposed to spray it, fold it crosswise, and then lightly spray with cooking spray, place in the bottom of prepared pan. So maybe the measurements of the phyllo dough back in the day were different. Since this is already a full 9 by 13, what I'm going to do is, since this pan is already sprayed, I'm just going to take a little bit of spray and just lightly spray it. Okay, I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to just place it right here, the full sheet, in here. Just like that. And because they said they folded it, so essentially that's going to make, you know, like 2 layers, I'm just going to get another sheet over here and place it right on top. Very delicate dough over here. And I'm just going to place it right on top. And just kind of smooth it out. Now, if you feel like, you know, you want to trim it up, you can. I don't think I did the last time either. I think I just placed it in there. There's the second sheet. Now I'm going to spray that. Okay. Now we're supposed to take 3 tablespoons of this mixture here and sprinkle over. Then we're going to repeat the layers. So don't be intimidated by it. I should have that covered up in the process so it doesn't dry out. Make sure that's not too wet, because if that's too wet, then you won't be able to work with your dough. So I'm just going to take some of my filling and stir it, and I'm going to sprinkle 3 tablespoons all over. Okay, that's 2. It's not hard, it's just a matter of layering and just working with delicate phyllo sheets. Okay, so then we repeat this procedure. It says with 9 sheets, but I'm going to consider that's 2. So I do have another pack in there if I need to. So I'm going to consider that 1 layer. So now I'm going to do another sheet, and then I'm going to spray it, and then I'll do another sheet, and then I'll do this, I'll sprinkling again. I'm over here trying to get it, it was stuck a little bit. Okay, this one did stick and tear a little bit, but it's not going to hurt anything. You'll see what I mean. All right. You're not going to see that. So I'm going to spray that. Get another sheet. They are kind of delicate, folks. I know y'all can't see me, sorry. I'm out of frame. But you know, I'm over here trying to get this dough apart. It's stuck. I'm going to get it apart and I'm going to bring you back. You see what I'm doing here is basically I'm doing 2 layers each, spraying each sheet, and then I'm putting 3 tablespoons. And I'm going to build that up probably until either I run out of this or run out of sheets. But I do have another roll in there. Okay, so let me get this apart because it's a little bit stuck. I'll be right back. All right. Maybe I can show you all so y'all get a good look there. You know, I mean, it says on the package directions with the paper towel, maybe the paper towel, even though I wrung it out, might have been a little damp, so maybe it went through on some spots and made the dough stick. So I flipped the whole thing over and pulled it apart. I don't have it on there right now, so I don't know if that was making the dough stick or not. But here, I've got a sheet here. And I think from my recollection, from my memory, I think I might have taken a knife here at the end and maybe trimmed some of this off. I can't remember for sure. It's been a while. Okay, so that was one sheet. Because they said fold, so I'm assuming that they want, you know, hold on. That one curled on me. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, that's 2. Three tablespoons. All right, that's 2. Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that until I use it up, and I will let you know if I have to get into the other one or what, because I'm sure y'all don't want to see me keep doing this. I'm just building layers right now. Okay, I'll bring you right back. All right, folks, here we go. Okay, what I ended up doing is I repeated the layers till I used up all of that pistachio, sugar, cinnamon mixture. And then when you use up that last part of the pistachios, take 2 more sheets and put a sheet on there, spray it really well, and then put on a final sheet. So what we have to do now is get a really sharp knife. I'm trying to see where I set my knife. Oh, it was hiding on me. And let me see if I got everything out of my oven. I do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven on to 350 degrees. Okay. It says take a very sharp knife and score diamond shapes, 3/4 inch deep. So that means we're going to go in, and I'm probably going to start here at this corner angle and start scoring it. And I'm going to go almost all the way through. So this is, you know, not all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to take this butter. Remember the 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in my microwave, which is under you all here. And I'm going to go ahead and get it melted. I'll just start at 30 seconds. take my glasses off. I see better up close. And I'm going to start scoring it. Try not to go all the way through. Okay. And I'm going to keep doing that. Let's see how far I went. Now figure out about what size you want to make these. Okay. Might be able to get another one over here. We'll have a triangle corner piece. Okay, don't have to be perfect, but I'm trying to make little diamond shapes. Probably get one more diagonal over here. Okay, now I'm going to cut them this way. Trying to figure out what's the best way to do that. Hold on. Oh, my butter's pretty much melted. Right here. Let's see if I can go in here. I think I'm making them more into squares than I am diamonds. You want to make the scores though, because we're going to cook the orange juice, the honey, the cinnamon, the cloves, and the water over the stove. You know, we're going to bake this first, and then that gets poured on top. I'll see if I can go in the corner here. If you're better at making diamonds than I am, you go right ahead and make your diamond shape. These look more like squares. but I know they're going to be delicious. I don't know if I'm going to cut that last piece like that or not. Okay. Alright. Hopefully you can kind of see what I've done there. Okay, my oven's not preheated yet. We gotta get that butter. And it says to drizzle the butter. So I'm gonna try to Okay, so we've drizzled the butter. Okay, so as soon as this preheats, when I hear it beep, I'm going to stick it in for 25 minutes. Then I'll bring you all back and we'll get started on the topping that goes on it. But I don't want to start it too early, so we'll be right back after that's been in for 25 minutes. Alright folks, we have about 5 minutes left in the oven for the baklava to finish baking. So I thought this would be a perfect time for us to go ahead and get the sauce going. So in a small saucepan here, we have 3/4 cup of honey, a 1/2 cup of frozen orange juice concentrate, thawed and undiluted, 1/3 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. So you want to put this in a saucepan, and you want to keep kind of stirring it, keeping an eye on it. And I've got mine on medium heat at the moment. And it says, combine the honey and the rest of the ingredients in a small saucepan and bring to boil. Then we're going to remove it from the heat and we're going to drizzle this honey mixture over our phyllo. And then it says cool completely in pan. So I have a little baker's rack over here. And when I take it out of the oven, I'm going to set it here. I'm going to get this to a boil, and I'm going to pour it over the baklava dish that's in the pan. And then I'm going to set it over there and let it completely cool. Our little Shih Tzu back there, and that's Loki. Alright, so I'm just going to set this to the side here. I got a few minutes left in the oven. I'm going to, like I said, get this to a boil, and I'm going to bring you guys back. Okay, here's that mixture over the stove. It's not quite ready to boil, but I wanted to show you what happened over here. See the different layers there and how it puffed up here on top? And I think what happened there is the bottom layers are fine because they're all stacked on top of each other. I think the reason why they said to fold those sheets in half was so that they would probably stick together better. I don't think it's going to hurt anything here because we're going to pour that hot liquid over the top, and it's still going to be in squares. So I don't know if these will, maybe I should press them down back in place a little bit, but we're going to pour that hot liquid there on top. But I think that's what's happened, is just from it curled up. And I mean, that's to be expected too, because it's, like I said, it's so paper thin. And but when they said to fold those sheets in half, the measurement wasn't coming out the way they said it would. They said 13 by 8.5 when you fold it in half. But I don't know how you get that if it's a 9 by 13 already. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm over here waiting for this. It's getting ready to boil. And once I get that boiled, I'm going to drizzle it, like I said, all over that dessert. See, it's getting ready to start boiling any second now. And I'll drizzle it over the top, and I'm going to let it set and completely cool like it says. And we'll bring you back. Alright, she is boiling away over here. Alright, let's see if I can drizzle this. I think I'm making a little bit of a mess in the process, but we want to make sure we get it over every little piece that we can. See, scoring it like we did, it'll get down in between all those layers. I'm surprised I was able to pick that up with my hands, because that came out of the oven. Now, of course, that top part where it puffed up is not ideal. But remember, it's already cut into little squares. And if that top part bothers you, when you go to do the very top, you can do like they said, but the measurement was not right. And you could take the sheet and you could spray it and then fold it in half. And then spray that and set that on top. And then maybe do another one so that you would have two going across there. And maybe when you bake that, it won't, you know, puff out, you know, like it did. Because I don't remember it doing that, you know, when I did it. But, I'm sure Mike will be happy to give you a taste test, but I'm going to have to wait till it completely cools off before he can do that. So we'll bring you back.
How you doing, YouTube? Here's the taste test, the orange pistachio baklava. My wife made this once before for Christmas, and I loved it then. Just look at that.
Describe what you taste.
Delicious. You can taste the citrus, the honey, pistachios, the flakiness of the phyllo dough. Absolutely makes this. It's messy, but oh my goodness, is it good. Absolutely delicious. Sorry, Katie, you ain't getting 2 thumbs up. You gotta try this. It's amazing. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.